Hi, my name's Don, and today I'm going to share a story that will probably sound unbelievable, but I promise you, every word is true. This isn't just another tale of betrayal and heartbreak. This is a story about how my life got turned upside down, how I met someone, or rather, something that completely changed my perspective, and how I came out on the other side a different person. Buckle up, because this is one wild ride. I never saw it coming. You hear about these things happening to other people, but you never think it'll happen to you. At least, I didn't. I thought my wife, Cindy, and I were solid. We had been together for years, built a life, a home. Everything seemed perfect on the surface. But I guess that's the problem with surfaces. They can hide a lot of cracks underneath. The signs were there, but I ignored them. Cindy started working late more often. Her phone was always glued to her hand, and she seemed distant. I figured it was just stress from work, or maybe a rough patch. I tried to talk to her about it, but she always brushed me off, saying she was fine. Looking back, I should have pushed harder, but I didn't want to seem paranoid. Then, one night, everything changed. I remember it vividly. It was a Friday. I decided to surprise Cindy with a romantic dinner. I left work early, picked up her favorite wine, and even got some flowers. I was feeling good, like this was exactly what we needed to reconnect. But when I walked through the door, what I found wasn't the warm embrace of my wife. Instead, I saw her with someone else, her boss, Alex. They didn't even notice me at first. They were so wrapped up in each other that I had to clear my throat to get their attention. The look on Cindy's face when she saw me, I'll never forget it. It wasn't guilt or regret, it was annoyance, like I was the one intruding on something. And Alex? He just smirked, like he'd won some sort of twisted game. Cindy didn't apologize, didn't even try to explain. She just packed her bags and left. Just like that, my world crumbled. I was alone in the house we'd built together, surrounded by memories that now felt like cruel reminders of how blind I'd been. In the days that followed, I fell into a dark place. The anger, the hurt, the betrayal, it was all consuming. I couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. The house felt like a tomb, and I was trapped inside, haunted by the ghosts of what used to be my life. I tried to distract myself, but nothing worked. Everywhere I looked, I saw reminders of Cindy, of what we had, or what I thought we had. It's strange how pain can make you feel like you're the only person in the world going through it. I knew, rationally, that I wasn't the first man to be cheated on, but that didn't make it any easier. The nights were the worst. I'd sit there with a bottle of vodka, trying to numb the pain, but it only made things worse. I'd spiral into a pit of self-loathing, questioning everything. What had I done wrong? Was I not good enough? Why did she choose him over me? And then, one night, when I was at my lowest, something happened that I still struggle to wrap my head around. It was late, past midnight, I think. I was on my third or fourth drink when I noticed a strange light outside my window. At first, I thought it was a street light or maybe a car passing by, but the light didn't move. It just grew brighter and brighter until it was almost blinding. Curiosity got the better of me. I stumbled outside, half expecting to find some kids playing a prank or maybe a malfunctioning drone. But what I found was something I never could have anticipated. There in my backyard stood a figure, a being that was clearly not from this world. Now I know what you're thinking. The guy was drunk, he was seeing things, but I swear to you, this was real. The being, 𝐈𝐧𝐿𝐼, as I would come to know it, was tall, slender, with skin that glowed a soft blue. Its eyes were large and expressive, almost human in their emotion, but there was something undeniably alien about it. I was too stunned to speak, too shocked to even move. 𝐈𝐧𝐿𝐼 spoke first. Its voice was calm, soothing, but with an edge of something otherworldly that sent chills down my spine. It told me it had been watching me for some time, drawn to the turmoil in my life. It was an alien, exiled to Earth for reasons it didn't immediately share, and it had chosen me, of all people, to help. At first, I thought I was losing my mind, but 𝐈𝐧𝐿𝐼 quickly demonstrated its abilities: telekinesis, mind reading, and even shape-shifting. There was no denying what I was seeing. 𝐈𝐧𝐿𝐼 wasn't just some figment of my imagination, it was real, and it had a proposition for me. Izzy offered to help me get back at Cindy and Alex. Not out of spite, it said, but as a way to help me heal, to teach them a lesson in the process. I didn't know what to think. The idea of teaming up with an alien to get revenge on my cheating wife seemed absurd. But then again, so did everything that had happened to me lately. I was hurt, angry, and desperate for some kind of closure, so I agreed. Over the next few weeks, Izzy and I became closer than I ever could have imagined. It was strange, bonding with an alien, but Izzy was more than just a creature from another planet. It was a friend, a confidant, someone who understood my pain in a way that no one else could. We spent our nights talking about life, love, the universe. Izzy had a perspective that was so different from anything I'd ever heard before. It didn't see the world in black and white, right and wrong, the way humans do. To Izzy, life was a series of experiences, each one valuable in its own way, even the painful ones. It challenged me to see my situation not as a tragedy, but as an opportunity for growth. During our conversations, we hatched a plan to turn the tables on Cindy and Alex. But it wasn't just about revenge. Izzy wanted to show them the consequences of their actions, to make them feel the same pain they had inflicted on me. It wasn't about destroying them, but about teaching them a lesson they'd never forget. But before we put our plan into action, Izzy decided we needed a break, a chance to clear our heads and find some joy in life again. So, we hit the road, heading to the one place where luck and fate intertwine in the most unpredictable ways, Las Vegas. Vegas was everything I needed and more. The bright lights, the energy, the thrill of the games. It was a welcome distraction from everything that had been weighing me down. Izzy and I hit the casinos, and with its otherworldly abilities, we started winning. And when I say winning, I mean we hit the jackpot. Millions of dollars were suddenly at our disposal, and for the first time in a long time, I felt alive. But the money wasn't the real prize. It was the experience, the feeling of freedom, of letting go of my past and embracing the unknown. Izzy had taught me that life was full of surprises, and Vegas was the perfect place to let those surprises unfold. We laughed, we drank, we lived. For a moment, I forgot about Cindy and Alex entirely. But the night wasn't just about fun and games. As we sat in our penthouse suite, surrounded by the spoils of our winnings, Izzy reminded me of why we were there. It was time to put our plan into action. Izzy's plan was simple, yet ingenious. With its ability to manipulate emotions, Izzy would plant seeds of doubt and mistrust in Cindy and Alex's minds. It wasn't about making them suffer, but about making them confront the reality of their choices. We started with Cindy. Izzy used its powers to amplify her guilt, making her question every decision she had made since leaving me. She began to see Alex not as the charming, successful man she had fallen for, but as a cold, calculating manipulator. Her dreams were haunted by images of me, of the life we had, of the love she had thrown away. She became paranoid, constantly questioning Alex, wondering if he was cheating on her the way she had cheated on me. Alex, on the other hand, found himself plagued by insecurities. Izzy planted doubts in his mind, making him question his abilities, his success, even his worth. He became distant, irritable, and increasingly frustrated with Cindy's growing paranoia. Their once passionate affair quickly devolved into a nightmare of suspicion and resentment. But the real turning point came when Cindy, overwhelmed by guilt and fear, tried to reconnect with me. She showed up at my door one evening, tears streaming down her face, begging for forgiveness. She said she had made a mistake, that she wanted to come back, to rebuild what we had lost. But as I looked at her, I realized something profound. I didn't want her back. I had moved on, not just from her, but from the person I used to be. I turned her away, not with anger, but with a sense of peace. I didn't need revenge. I didn't need to make her suffer. I had found closure on my own, and that was enough. With Cindy and Alex out of my life for good, I was finally free to start anew. And as fate would have it, love found me when I least expected it. During our travels, Izzy and I had met Katie, a woman who embodied everything I had been searching for without even realizing it. She was adventurous, kind-hearted, and above all, genuine. Katie and I clicked instantly. There was no pretense, no games, just two people who enjoyed each other's company. We spent our days exploring new places, trying new things, and simply enjoying life. It wasn't the whirlwind romance I had experienced with Cindy, but something deeper, more meaningful. Katie taught me that love wasn't about the highs and lows, the drama and excitement. It was about finding someone who made the ordinary feel extraordinary. Our relationship grew stronger with each passing day. We invested our winnings wisely, but more importantly, we invested in each other. Katie helped me see the world in a new light, one that was full of possibilities rather than regrets. With her, I found the peace and happiness I had been searching for, not just in a partner, but within myself. Looking back on everything that happened, I can honestly say that Cindy's betrayal was the best thing that ever happened to me. It sounds crazy, I know, but it's true. Her leaving me set off a chain of events that led me to Izzy, to Vegas, and ultimately to Katie. It forced me to confront my own shortcomings, to grow as a person, and to realize what truly mattered in life. Izzy taught me that life is unpredictable, that sometimes we need to embrace the chaos rather than fight it. It showed me that revenge, while tempting, doesn't lead to the closure we think it will. True healing comes from within, from accepting what has happened and choosing to move forward. Katie, on the other hand, reminded me of the importance of love, real love. The kind that doesn't need grand gestures or dramatic displays, but that thrives in the quiet moments, the shared laughter, and the simple joys of everyday life. With her, I found a love that was steady, reliable, and fulfilling in a way I never thought possible. But perhaps the most important lesson I learned was about the power of choices. Every decision I made, from teaming up with Izzy to turning away from Cindy, shaped the course of my life in ways I never could have predicted. It wasn't always easy, and there were times when I doubted myself, but in the end, I came out stronger, wiser, and more content than I ever thought I could be. So, where does that leave me now? I'm in a good place, better than I've been in years. I have a partner who loves and supports me, a friend who taught me to see the world differently, and a future that's full of possibilities. I don't know what lies ahead, but for the first time in a long time, I'm excited to find out. To anyone out there who's going through something similar, I want you to know that it gets better. It might not happen overnight, and there will be times when it feels like the pain will never end, but trust me, it will. And when it does, you'll find that you're stronger than you ever imagined, capable of more than you ever thought possible. Life is full of surprises, some good, some bad, but it's how we respond to those surprises, how we choose to move forward, that defines who we are. I chose to let go of the past, to embrace the unknown, and to build a new life for myself. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Thanks for listening to my story. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like and subscribe for more incredible tales from Reddit and beyond. And remember, no matter how dark things might seem, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. You just have to keep moving forward to find it.